Hi there, today I'm going to show you how to make two different 4th of July centerpieces. So let's get started. Arrangement number one is so easy. I started with this slatted basket that I had. Any basket or bowl will work for this. A trick I use all the time when I need to fill up some space is shopping bags. So I'm just going to stuff these shopping bags around the edge of my basket or my bowl, whatever you're using, kind of like so. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of dry floral foam and put it right in the middle. Now I am going to take moss and put the moss over top. We don't want to see any of that, those shopping bags. So I'm going to put this all the way around the top. And if you haven't used artificial moss before, it's not artificial, it's dried moss before, you can pick it up at any craft store or order it online at Amazon and it'll be delivered right to you. And I will put all of the supplies for these projects in the description below. So there we have it with our floral foam, our dried floral foam exposed, and all of the plastic is covered up. And the next thing I'm going to do is take some balls. Now, you might want to use baseballs, and it depends upon your size of your container too. But I have a granddaughter who plays softball. So if I was buying balls, I wanted to have something that I could pass on. So I'm using softballs, but you want to go for the white ones. A lot of them are the neon green, and you don't want to use those because we're making something for the 4th of July. So I have my balls all in there, and now what could be more all-American than baseballs and the Stars and Stripes? So I'm just going to stick several flags right down in the middle of our arrangement here. This is a great, probably not a great thing for a dinner table, but it's great for like on your kitchen island, or if you're going to have a barbecue or buffet. And this is casual enough that it would look great on a picnic table out back. So there we go. Now I'm going to take a little bit more moss and cover up. I don't know if you can see that that foam is still showing, and I want to cover up that floral foam. So after the flags have gone in, you're going to put a little more moss in there to cover that up. And then just fill the rest of it with more of the balls. Here you have an all-American centerpiece for the 4th of July. And what did that take? Like 3-4 minutes? Another tip about this, if you have a baseball fan in your house, you might want to do this come the playoff time. And instead of the American flags, you could put in team flags. So save this so that you have this to remind you when playoff time comes in the fall. Well, let's get started on our next arrangement. Now we're going to start our second arrangement, and this is going to be a little more elaborate and take a little more time. I picked this up last year. I don't know if they have them this year, this little Statue of Liberty, or half of a Statue of Liberty, at Michael's last year, and I never got around to using it. Well, I want to use it this year, but I know my arrangement's going to be big, so I'm like, I don't want to like put it down in here, or you might only see the torch. You know, that's not going to look good. So if you have something like this, and you know you can get Statue of Liberty statues of all kinds on Amazon, and if you want one that's a particular color like white, a lot of them are just silver and gold, just buy it and spray paint it. So I figured out that I can put this Tervis cup in here and put the little Lady Liberty way up here. So we're going to see how this works. I've already cut some wet floral foam because we're going to use fresh flowers for this. And I've cut it into smaller pieces so that it will fit around my Tervis cup, because I want to make sure that Lady Liberty stays kind of in the middle. Or not kind of in the middle, all the way in the middle. So I think that that's pretty good. So there you are. Now I need to make sure that I secure all of this tape, or all of this floral foam. So I'm going to use my waterproof floral tape and tape down each piece, because I don't want anything moving when I get little Miss Liberty up here on the top. Okay, I have all 4 of the pieces of floral foam now secured down in here. Actually, I'm going to take this off. You might, if you ever have to do this with something in the center, you might want to work with your tape like over and under, you know, over on one end and under on another, which is what I ended up doing. So there we go. Now we have to make sure that Lady Liberty is going to stay up here like so. This is what I've come up with. You know, I've never done this before, so that's why I'm doing these things so you can do them. I have command photo, you know, things to hang a picture on the wall. And what I've done is, what I'm doing is I'm going to put 2 pieces on the bottom of the cup and 2 pieces on my Statue of Liberty. And then I'm hoping that she stays on. Okay. Well, that wasn't too smart. I guess I need to do this. We just hope that this doesn't go into the blooper reels, you know? So there we go. And now I'm going to press that down. And she seems pretty secure. Yeah. I mean, it's not like we're going to play basketball with this arrangement. So there you go. Lady Liberty is ready for me to start making my arrangement. So the first thing you do when making an arrangement, you want to get a shape. And I want to do that with my greenery. So I'm going to go ahead and start with just 4 pieces right around the side of my bowl. 1 in each piece of floral foam. See how we're doing that? And then the next thing you're going to do is go in between, which is going to be kind of hard because we don't have any floral foam there in between. But want a little bit in between each of the pieces that we already have. This is very woody greenery. See, that's kind of at an angle. I normally wouldn't be having it at an angle like that. I would have it more, but that's because we don't have any foam there in the corners. And then the next thing you want to do is take, after you've got all of those pieces in between, is to, well, I'm going to add one more just because it's kind of an empty spot, is take some of your greenery and go at an angle and in between. So that means on each of our pieces of floral foam, we're going to go up at an angle and in between. See what I mean? We have one here, and we're going to go 2 at an angle up this way. And if you start with your greenery like this, you will have your shape already built in and know where to put your flowers. Since this is the 4th of July, there were no blue flowers available. I'm not real fond of painted blue flowers, and there were no iris or anything like that. So I picked up red carnations, red miniature carnations, and red and white roses. So maybe I will start with the roses. And I don't want this to be too high that you can't see the little Statue of Liberty in the middle. But I'm kind of going to start the same way with one on each side. And now I'm going to go down in between each of them and put one red rose in between and lower at an angle. You can see there how I've done that. Now I'm going to go ahead and start adding some of the other flowers. I think I'll go with the white roses next. And same thing, I'm going to go in between the ones I have already put in. So see, I put this white one in between the two taller red roses. Now I want to tell you, you could do this all in roses and just go ahead and start adding baby's breath or some other kind of filler flower to this. But that's not what I chose to do. So I didn't pick up any baby's breath for this. So I'm going to go ahead and now start adding some of my white roses down around the edge. And I'm going to make these even a little lower than I did my red ones. I'm going to start with my carnations. I'll go with the larger, the red carnations first. And if you get your carnations and they're not all the way open, they're really tough. You can gently fluff them open like so. And I'm just going to start adding these in between the other flowers. The next thing I'm going to do is start adding some of this kind of filler greenery and kind of fill up all the empty spaces where I have plenty of more flowers to add, but I want to go ahead and start covering up some of the mechanics where this tape is showing here. I want that to all be hidden. If you go to push some greenery or a flower in and it won't go in because you're hitting another stem, just pull it out and find another spot to put it in. Because when you have a lot of flowers and foliage in smaller pieces of foam, you're going to run into that problem. Lady Liberty is standing there. We've got all the roses and the large red carnations, But I was so excited at Trader Joe's when I went to get flowers. These are one of my favorite carnations to use for the 4th of July if you can get them. I mean, they just kind of look like a little explosion of fireworks. So I like to use them at Christmas time too, peppermint. And I'm just going to continue to fill in our arrangement, any spots between the flowers. And I'm going to save my miniature carnations for last because they're small and can fill in any of the little spots that I have left afterwards. So all I have left, I have some red roses left and I have a couple of white roses that I don't feel are in very good shape. But I don't think I'm going to need the rest of my red roses. So I'm going to go on to the miniature carnations. I mean, actually, this looks lovely, and I could stop right now, but I bought them, so I'm going to go ahead and use them. And I'm just going to start filling in any more little spots that I can find. Here we are, all finished with a really impressive centerpiece for the 4th of July with Lady Liberty, who does not seem like she is going anywhere. So she can just keep standing in that harbor or in this flower arrangement. And we have made 2 beautiful and very appropriate arrangements for the 4th of July, centerpieces that you can use on your table or somewhere else in your home. So I hope you like these ideas. Like I said, I will post all of the supplies in the description below. Make sure that you like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments and I'd be happy to answer them. Thanks for watching. I'll see you right here next time.